In the last video I posted, I talked about one pre-sale, which I joined a little bit too late, but that was for Reploy AI that launched at 1 million in market cap and went to, right now it's at 69 to 70 million. So if you watched the video and you got into it, good job. No matter what you did, you made some gains with that. And in this video, I wanted to talk about Cryptoindex, which is still in its fair launch. So the video is not too late, as they still have about 3 days left to go with a discounted price of 74% from the TGE. And I thought, because they have, well, let me show you a lot of different tabs that I have open, so I can show you some data and some people that work on that, pretty solid tokenomics and all of that stuff. I thought, let me share that with the group, as this one is actually useful and can potentially do something similar, where the graph goes up and everybody's happy, and you would get this for a cheaper price than usual, meaning you can start 2025 with something that has a pretty good future ahead of itself. That being said, as always, links down below, not financial advice. Because I missed the last pre-sale, I will participate in this one at least, for which they have a lot of different ways available in order to access that. And I think with the link down below, you also get like a 5% deposit bonus. So if you were to spend $100 to get tokens, you get tokens worth $105. But before we get ahead of ourselves, what is that and why should you give them your money? They started the fair launch about 12 days ago on December 19th, and they're on their way with what they're building to join platforms like Uniswap, Binance, Chainlink, where they want to establish themselves as an index platform in crypto, kind of like the Nasdaq works in real life for traditional finance. They want to do that. So they want to tokenize a $224 trillion market, and as indexes are the most popular financial instrument globally, with 70% of stock market transactions tied to them, they attack something when it comes to crypto that most people don't really think about. For example, if I were to buy stocks, obviously you can buy individual stocks, you can buy some Nvidia, some Amazon, and whatever else, or you simply buy an ETF. I think lots of people buy QQQ, for example, as this gives you some dividends here and there. But obviously, when it comes to traditional finance, there's a lot to it. But from what I've seen, most people want to go for the dividend-paying ETFs, so they get some passive income. And they say the crypto index market is expected to reach this size in 3 years, becoming the next big thing in crypto. What I noticed overall when it comes to, you could say trends, you could say different categories, memes always dominate, and then people make some money and they realize, okay, memes are stupid. It's difficult to hold them long term, so how can I put my money into something that is more safe? And as they're also partnered with the Nasdaq and having partners in pretty much every single industry, for example, Visa. I think later when we talk about the team, the former CEO of Visa also has to do with this. People who worked at Binance have to do with it, which, could mean token gets listed on Binance. We've seen what it did for Peanut, right? When that got listed, went to $2 billion in market cap. And they're the first Web3 protocol that allows you to create your own index, from which you can use over 10,000 different tokens on DEXs. Meaning if we go to, let's say, CoinMarketCap, and you feel like, okay, I want to have a mix of AI, DePIN, and RWA, 3 of the narratives that I believe into. You can buy everything individually, or you create an index which can then be bought. And we have seen with things like Pump.Fund, for example, or just Polymarket, when it comes to the size and how big this grew over time, and the amount of volume they had, that any of those social fi projects perform quite well. And if we now take the whole gambling aspect away from it and make it much more traditionally finance-based, then we get crypto indexes. So pretty much with these sites being the first ones to allowing normal people like us to launch things, make bets, and you could say be a pioneer in their own group. Now imagine when traditional finance and governments and the people who control lots of money want to say, let's create our own crypto index for things. What site do you think they're going to use? Probably that one. At least that's how I think about that. So whether it's institutions or, YouTube people like this guy right here, or just normal people, you can create everything on here. You follow people on Twitter that usually, give you signals, or you're part of Telegram groups, so they say, we're gonna buy this coin now, or we're gonna hold this one long term. You could just create an index on there and skip all those extra steps in between. Now, when it comes to trading in general though, what I noticed from last bull run to this bull run, as well as, generally when it comes to anything on buying and selling, timing the market sucks. It's completely impossible for most people. Because if you would know how to time the market, you probably had all the money already. A much better strategy for anything in here is, if we simply go back by a couple years, you buy it somewhere here and you do absolutely nothing ever and just hold it. That way you outperform like 99% of people. Because let's say you buy Bitcoin at 47,000 and it goes to 60 and you think that's great, but I want it to go higher and then it goes down to 16 and then you sell it because you're panicking. It doesn't work that well. If you're simply convinced by something and you buy it, hold it, done, while also targeting a bigger market or more coins in a category, that over time works quite well. Plus, it's also much less stressful because you never know when you're overexposed in one single thing, which then goes down to near zero because, things happen. So pretty much, instead of doing all the analysis yourself, doing lots of different work, trying to figure out the coins, then, you have to install different wallets, buy it on this, send it over there, send it to a ledger, yada, yada, yada. You simply filter by what you like, see how it performs, invest into it, done. earlier this year, and by early I mean like a couple months ago, I thought that anything that has to do with real world assets, RWA, would do quite well, which means things like Ondo, for example, would go up in value, and it kind of did. Things like Mantra that I believed in, I think I bought this one at 60 or 65 cents at the start of June around here. And holding onto this and doing nothing worked out quite well. And with that shift from stupid money into more traditional finance, things that are index based should be one of the next steps. Obviously, do with your money whatever you like. Just personally, I will take some of the profits that I made and put them in here because good deal that has a bunch of features. And most importantly, if we scroll down a little, this part right there. Earn as users trade, set your own fees, attract traders, while also earning over there as you get a percentage of the fees generated. They want to be the biggest platform when it comes to index creation, which means no matter what you do in crypto and what your target is, they want to be the go-to sites for that. For the token though, they have, if you just round, 29% for the public sale and 23% for the treasury, 5% for the team, 2% advisors, which is a pretty good percentage, 10% liquidity, 23% community rewards, and 8% for the listing of funds. And then I think if we look into the vesting schedule in the white paper for the team, I think that's over like a 5-year period or so. Now as a creator, you receive a percentage of the income of INDX index tokens from exit, entry, and management fees, paid by users for interacting with the indexes, as well as seasonal rewards. As a buyer, you benefit from the performance, obviously, when it goes up, you're happy, but also rewards through an incentivization program and additional rewards for index holders, as well as some more in case you provide liquidity, and some more what all the different arrows on here point to. One important thing to notice though, is if we look at the little asterisks when it comes to the tokenomics for allocation, lockup, investing, we see that during the pre-sale for all the tokens that can be bought right now, there's a lockup period of 2 to 6 months and then a vesting period of 12 to 18. So this is not simply buy token, get 100% and dump it at launch, but get something for 74% cheaper than usual, get it to something long-term early, and then hold it for the next 1.5 to 2 years, if not longer, while the platform keeps growing and evolving. When it comes to the team and the advisors behind it though, they're people who have years and years of experience in various different industry. For example, Austin over here is a co-founder and CEO at a $750 million fintech firm. And then if LinkedIn allows me to sign in, then we can talk about the advisors behind it. For example, there's Keith, founder and CEO of SignalRank, co-founder of TechCrunch, and the former CEO of Visa in Europe. And also Ryan, a C-level executive at Binance, which could mean Binance listing in the future, mentioned right there. Meaning when it's usually that we talk about crypto project super funny, there are some memes about it and the whole team is anonymous. In this case, they're actual people who do real work, combined with this team that has a long-term vision and focus on things that are going to be here over time and not just for the next 5 months or so. And because crypto in general becomes more and more popular among people, I think every person I talk about mentions crypto at least once per conversation, which to be fair might be because of me, because I mention it and I bring it up. But people in general want to get into crypto, but the whole set up your MetaMask, write down your seed phrase, how to not get scammed, all kind of difficult, and they make this one a lot easier. And with the roadmap mentioned down here, that starts at Q4, as in right now, Fairlaunch this month, 2 months post-launch, the platform beta launches on BNB and ETH, as well as staking, expansion to base, so we basically have no gas fees, the goal to reach 100 mil in total value locked, listing on exchanges and DEX platforms, which could mean at around the end of Q1 that we might get listed on Binance, potentially, leveraged index trading, $1 billion locked by Q3 of next year, and a long-term goal for Q1 of 2026, so in about a year and a couple months from now, 18 months post-launch, to have an index-based ETF negotiation. But that's just the general idea and outline for now. So if you click the button in order to participate in the pre-sale, which again, you get 5% extra and also lots of percentages off compared to the TGE price, token generative event, which kind of means if you spend $1 now, it's going to be worth $4 at launch. Then you could say you want to use USDT, spend 50 of that, click on approve and deposit. While in the top right corner, select your chain. If you don't want to spend insane amounts of gas fees on Ethereum, simply select BNB, makes it a lot easier. And whatever you go with, let's say for example, you want to spend like $20 in ETH just to show you how it looks like, hit confirm. Wait like 20-30 seconds depending on the network, which then tells you, congrats, you gave them money. Enter your email for everything, put it in there, or subscribe to the Telegram bot and get updated that way. And you will then see the amount of tokens that you got. In my case, $20 or so gave me 840 tokens, which will be converted to index tokens according to the unlock investing schedule, for which we can also see down here, the initial unlock is 10% of your tokens, a 6 months lockup period, and then 15 months of vesting, while you are able to claim the tokens once a month. So just to make sure, long-term vision for the next couple years. This is not get token, dump it at TGE, hope to get a quick 5x and then dip, but see something right here at launch, hold it for a long time, then price goes up, then you're happy, earn something with the fees, maybe get listed on Binance like down there. That's the idea. Link is down below. You can get 1 token for 2 cents a piece, where you get an additional 5% if you use the link, pretty sure. But as always, only invest things that you're willing to lose, because keep in mind, you never know if the price is stable or not, but I know that you're old enough to make a good decision. I might post another video before year end. If not, I'll see you in January for probably tokens that I hold long term, and I'll see you fairly soon. Take care.